Good evening, Madam President, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. My name is Agnes Ronsley. The topic of my speech tonight as my icebreaker is, why am I here? So, I work at Hasbro, the toy company. I've been there for 25 years. I have had several promotions over the years. Started as assistant manager, I am now a director. Done very well. I've done so well, I've probably had to present 5 times. Is that good or is that bad? It was good until the beginning of 2009, having my review. Annual review came up. IDPs. I don't know if anyone knows the code word. Individual Development Plan. The boss, and that's what I'm going to call him during the presentation, the boss says to me, Agnes, you need to work on your executive presence, communication skills, and presentations. All right. Left the room. Said, what the heck is executive presence? You know, looked it up, did some research. Well, executive presence is communications and presentation skills. I said, okay, now how am I going to tackle this? I said, all right. So, also in 2009, I was asked to join at Hasbro, as part of my position, the Technical Review Board. I'd like to say it's an elite group of people, but it's a bunch of directors get together, the IT department. But for me, they had discussions on things, and they'd be talking about it at meetings, and I had no clue what they were talking about. I said, well, how can I participate if I don't know what they're talking about? Invited me to join. So an opportunity came. I was working on a project to give a presentation. So I said, I'm going to give a presentation. So I go, I'm prepared, spending a lot of time preparing for it. Get to the room, it's my time. So, what did I do? Sat down, envision now here a monitor. Here's the big screen. Here's all the people, kind of similar to where you all are, screen, and I said, okay. So I'm clicking away on the laptop to change the slides. Read every slide, but I made it through it. Interjected every once in a while, but made it through it. Then I lost control. One of the other directors took control of my presentation. Okay. Other fellow employees of mine, he said, didn't like what happened. I said, okay. So I left. It was a learning experience. Near the end of the year, another opportunity presented itself. We moved to success profiles. In success profiles, lead yourself, lead projects, lead others. We had to explain to, the boss said he wanted us as the directors to explain it to the employees. All right, so we directors huddled together one day, had a meeting. We were all going to do a piece of it. I went home and said, I'm not comfortable with this. Plus, obviously I had an ulterior motive. I went in the next day and I said, went to each one of them and said, if you want, I'll do it. I'll do the presentation. I don't know what I was getting into it, crazy, but I said, I need the experience. How am I going to do this? I got to get up. So they all obviously agreed, because they didn't want to do it. So, all right. So I prepared, had a couple of little mini meetings before with one-on-ones with some of my employees. Took the practice, went up. Now the value here, what I do different. Well, I stood behind the podium to have my laptop. This time, I had my little clicker. Had those slides babies going. Wasn't over here. I'm kind of here, a little over here, moving. But this time I had to read the slides. That was a mandate, by the way, so this made it a little easier for me. I had to read the slide. I said, okay. Then the question and answer period. Well, that's where those other directors came in handy. I said, well, I will do this, but you need to be there to answer questions. I also had an HR person there help answer the questions. Afterwards, the boss slipped in, gave you critiques. Not bad. Okay. So, talking about all this success profiles, part of my IDP, well, 2009's kind of ending, 2010's coming, IDPs. Well, now part of the ID process with success profiles, they give you books now. So everyone, individual contributor, frontline leader, mid-level super leader, They have books, so they help you with training, education, which you can work on, depending on what you need help on. So I'm scanning to individual contributor. I have employees, I'm going to assist them, what they're going to get. Wouldn't you know, what's there? Toastmasters. Now, who'd have thought? Toastmasters there. What are the articles? Made note of it. Nothing with it. Time goes on. TRB, Technical Review Board, came up again. He said to Phil, the boss. Oh, boss, not the big Phil. The boss. I have to do a presentation. I have to, because why? I lost control last time. I have to go in, I'm going in, I'm like charge. So I do my preparation again. We're in the room. This time, I'm standing. I have no podium. I have my slides. I started out really well. Kind of like this, you know, no notes, no nothing. But then I lost it. Started reading from the slides. Made a mistake, gave them the handouts ahead of time. They're going ahead of me, asking questions. I said, whoa, 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 we gotta go back. But I didn't lose control of the meeting. We had discussion afterwards. Who led the discussion? I led the discussion. That director person did not lead the discussion. So I was pleased with myself. After the meeting, I got congratulations from everyone who I work with. My boss said, got a minute, Agnes? Walk with me. Honest guy said that. I thought it was kind of funny myself. Walking in, he said, little feedback on your presentation. You started out really well, but you lost it. I said, yeah, I know I lost it. And the handout, yeah, I know about the handout. But I had asked him about that. He set me. I said, you set me up, because I asked you about that handout. Okay. So I moved along. Running out of time, I moved on. I just want to say I went to Girl Tech, and one of the speakers there at Girl Tech, who would have thought, I admired how she spoke. She spoke with nothing. Had the audience left to right. Talked to her afterwards. Toastmaster member. That's what I said. There is writing on the wall here. I need to join the Toastmasters. So why am I here? How many more messages do I need? I need to be here. Thank you very much.